Warrant's album Cherry Pie was a massive seller, garnering 3 hit singles with the title track, I Saw Red, and the epic Uncle Tom's Cabin. Blind Faith was also a single. But there's one track that deserved to be released as a single too, and that is Mr. Rainmaker. From its brilliant, detuned guitar opening, powerhouse songwriting, and Jani Lane's masterful vocal performance, it shows that Warrant could rock, and rock damn hard. The chorus is one of their best, and it's a standout track on the entire Cherry Pie album. What do you think? Did Mr. Rainmaker deserve to be a single too? Cheers. Apologies to all of my international viewers, 1927 is an Aussie band with just a little overseas exposure. But here in Oz, the legacy of their first album, Ish, is strong. And while their second album wasn't as successful or as consistent, I reckon there's a song in there that deserved more attention. The atmospheric and heartfelt Why. With strong songwriting, powerful gut-wrenching vocals from Weideman, and superb storytelling, Why is a beautiful piece of adult-oriented rock and pop. I still maintain that Don't Forget Me was the wrong choice for their second single. Maybe Why would have been a better choice. What do you think? When an album has 7 out of 10 songs released from it as singles, it's hard to argue with it. For Billy Joel's Stormfront, that is certainly the case. But I wonder if the right 7 were chosen. We Didn't Start the Fire, I Go to Extremes, and the Downeaster Alexa are all great singles. But would the title track Stormfront have been a better choice than, say, Shameless or And So It Goes? Would it have been a more commercial choice? Leningrad is an amazing song, but is it truly a single? Or is it better kept as a deep cut? Look, I'm just spitballing here, but I am raising a flag for Stormfront the song as a single rather than some of the others. What do you think? When Mike and the Mechanics released The Living Years, I immediately bought the cassette, and I've still got it today. But out of all of the songs on that album, one deserved more attention, and that's the last track called Why Me.
Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me?
I'm a huge fan of musical theatre, and for me, it takes me on a similar emotional journey. There's a massive story being told in the song, and the instrumentation has an orchestral epicness to it. The different stages and parts of the song fit seamlessly together, and Why Me impresses on many counts. It would have been an awesome single, and just think of what an incredible music video could have gone with it. What do you think? Europe's third album, The Final Countdown, was a massive success, there's no doubt about it. With 4 big singles, ignoring Love Chaser, Europe were the soundtrack of 1986 and 87. But was there another single choice in the track listing? Absolutely. In fact, I nominate 2 songs, Danger on the Track and Ninja.
Ninja survive.
Both are fantastic tracks and have different energies to the main singles and round out a killer side 1 of the album. If I had to pick one, it would be Danger on the Track. But with an album as huge as The Final Countdown, I reckon both could have hit the charts, especially if Love Chaser had been left on the bench. What do you think? Poison's Open Up and Say R is one of the soundtracks of my youth. I remember buying the LP and playing it pretty much non-stop. But there's one track on it that I wish had have got a single release, and that's Back to the Rocking Horse.
Back to the rocking horse.
From the opening cowbell, and let's be honest, who doesn't love a little bit of cowbell, to the lyrics that flip old nursery rhymes on their head, to the awesome backing vocal, there's lots to love here. The middle 8 for me is brilliant with its call and response of All Night Long, and the chorus is a cry from every adult just wishing that they could go back to their childhood. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of us sometimes have had enough of adulting and we just want to go back. So, what do you think? Should it have been a single? I reckon so, but leave your comments below. Rush Street by Richard Marx is a great album, but there are only 4 singles from it. Keep Coming Back, Take This Heart, Hazard, and Chains Around My Heart. Did they miss something? I reckon they did, and I think it's called
Love Unemotional, girls insatiable. Love Unemotional is what you want.
It's got a great groove and riff, and the chorus is catchy with some killer backing vocals. Plus, it's just a little sassy in typical Richard Marx style. Sure, it might be a touch long for the radio at 5 minutes and 7 seconds, but with a radio edit, I reckon it could have been a hit single. What do you think? Heart of Stone is a monumental release for sure, with a plethora of hits to boot. But there's one song that's crying out for a single release and never got it. The song? Emotional Fire. Written by Desmond Child, Michael Bolton and Diane Warren, all serious hitmakers. Everything about Emotional Fire is big. From the drums to the guitars to Cher's vocal, it's all here. But my favourite part is that key change and the incredible backing vocals. Just listen to the section where they all come to the fore. Yeah, Emotional Fire deserved a shot at being a single. What do you think? Danger Danger's first two singles from Screw It were right on the money, with Monkey Business and I Still Think About You heading up the release. But coming home as the third wasn't right. My pick? The absolutely superior Don't Blame It on Love. And what's not to love? Great detuned opening, reverse reverb vocals, thundering chorus, stellar singing from Polly, and hold the phone, one hell of a key change.
Don't blame it all.
It's everything a hard rock song ought to be. Don't Blame It on Love deserved to be the third single. What do you think? It's hard to argue with any album that has 5 hit singles, and this is true with Man of Colours by Icehouse. With Electric Blue, Crazy, My Obsession, plus Nothing Too Serious and the title track, it's hard to deny the album's place in the charts. But if I were to go for another single, my vote goes to the up-tempo rock track from side 2 called Anybody's War.
Who is there to catch the pieces?
Anybody's War is powerful and driving, and Ivor Davies delivers heartfelt and searching lyrics about the loss of innocence and personal battles that we might face. Anybody's War simply demands to be heard and noticed. What do you think? Porno Graffiti by Extreme is a monster of an album, with 5 singles, one of them being the massive smash More Than Words. But you can't ignore the other singles either, with Decadence Dance, Wholehearted, Song for Love, and of course, Get the Funk Out. But my other pick for a single would have to be Susie Wants Her All Day. What? I love the riff, the feel, the groove, the brass section, the melody, the awesome harmonies, and of course, the tongue-in-cheek delivery. The chorus is catchy, and it's easy to sing along with as well. However, you could pick any number of songs to be another single. That's how strong Porno Graffiti by Extreme is. What do you think? Forum by Invertigo was a great debut album, and while it's not without its weaknesses, it still spawned 3 hits: Desensitized, Chances Are, and Say You Will. So, is there another single? Sure is, and that song is Man Enough.
Am I man enough to be your world? Am I enough?
Now, I might be cheating here. A music video was actually shot for the song, but the song was never really officially released as a single. But it should have been. It's a catchy, well-crafted track that stands up as one of the strongest songs on the album, and easily holds its own against the other singles. While there'll be no more from Invertigo in the future, the band is, and Man Enough is, worth checking out. What do you think? Even though the band were falling apart behind the scenes, Balance is still a powerful and dynamic album, and for my part, highly underrated. 4 singles were released, including Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do, Amsterdam, Not Enough, and the smash hit Can't Stop Loving You. But for another single, you simply cannot look past the incredible Seventh Seal.
Come on, take me down, 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 up in a cold sweat.
It's powerful, brooding, and was even nominated for a Grammy for Best Rock Performance. In fact, Seventh Seal did hit the charts, peaking at number 39, and based on that alone, should have been given a fully fledged single release. What do you think? I've been really getting into Winger's debut album, and I'm loving the musicianship and the prog flourishes. And with 4 singles from the album, what's not to love? You've got Madeline, 17, Hungry, and Headed for a Heartbreak. But, and this may ruffle some feathers out there, I reckon there's a better ballad that deserved a release, and that's Without the Night. I love the keyboard tone, the unexpected intro chord hits, and that massive drum reverb. Plus, Kip Winger's vocals are really heartfelt, and you can hear him pouring out his emotions. Yeah, you might say it's a typical 80s ballad, but there's a lot more than that going on. And damn, it's a great song. What do you think? Bon Jovi's Keep the Faith was an announcement that not only were they back, but the 90s were not going to slow them down. It garnered 6 singles, including Keep the Faith, Bed of Roses, the awesome I'll Sleep When I'm Dead, I Believe, In These Arms, and the epic Dry County. But was there one more to add? Damn right there was, and it's a massive ballad called I Want You. I Want You is a heart cry from Bon Jovi with a rousing chorus, emotional lyrics, and an absolutely epic vocal delivery. I Want You is a highly underrated album track that deserved a moment in the spotlight. What do you think? The one and only full-length album from Roxas had 2 hit singles and 2 others, the hits being Where Are You Now and Bad Boys, and the other singles being Jimmy G and Midnight Love. But I don't know if they got the singles after Where Are You Now right. For my money, I would have given First Break of the Heart a shot. From its slow build intro into the foot-stomping chorus, First Break of the Heart would have been the perfect second single, giving the audiences a chance to adjust from the band's ballads into their more rockier side. From there, My Way deserved a shot too. Regardless, Night Street from Roxas is chock full of great tracks, and it's worth checking out. What do you think? Listening to Fleetwood Mac's Rumours is a journey into the heart of inner turmoil, and the band were going through hell, both professional and personal, and it's all played out on the album to great success. The 4 singles are monsters: Go Your Own Way, Don't Stop, Dreams, and You Make Loving Fun. And on an album that sold more than 40 million copies, there's definitely singles 5 and 6 in the waiting. My picks? Songbird and The Chain.
Songbirds are singing like they know the score.
Both songs are single-worthy in their own right. Songbird is just beautiful, and The Chain showcases everything that makes Fleetwood Mac Fleetwood Mac. Rumours stands tall as an album for the ages, and one that should be heard and experienced. What do you think? Roxette's Look Sharp is an album full of pristine and catchy pop rock, from The Look to Dangerous to Dress for Success to the massive #1 smash ballad Listen to Your Heart. It's hard to deny the place in the charts. But was there another single tucked away on the album? For sure. And that song is Dance Away. It's got this great 80s feel, a band name shout out, and Marie's vocals are just killer. And it absolutely bangs. The chorus is classic Roxette. Yep, this is not a filler track, it's a killer track. What do you think? Foreigner's Head Games is a grittier, tougher album than their previous releases, but it's not without its hits. The title track is classic Foreigner, with Dirty White Boy and Women also getting the place as singles. But outside of the US, I'll Get Even With You was a single in the UK, and Love on the Telephone was released in Europe. And to be honest, that's the one that I reckon should have been given more of a shot internationally.
I don't wanna lose my love on the telephone.
The opening keyboard riff sets the tone, and it bounces along with a sense of determination, angst and frustration. The desperation from Graham is palpable, and the guitar work from Jones is some of his most rocking. Plus, how can you not love the keyboard solo? Sure, they might have released it in Europe, but the rest of the world deserved to have it as a single as well. What do you think? While Whitesnake's Slip of the Tongue wasn't as big a seller as their previous album, it still yielded several hits and singles, including The Deeper the Love, Now You're Gone, and the first single, a re-recording of Fool for Your Loving. But there's definitely another single on the album, and that's the dark and brooding Judgment Day.
We're only love to light the way on the road to Judgment Day.
While maybe not the obvious choice, it was Coverdale's first pick, saying, "I was mortified when I allowed myself to be talked into letting Geffen release the re-recorded version of Fool for Your Loving instead of Judgment Day. I knew radio would be all over Judgment Day, just from the market research. Not only I, but the band were really upset about that decision." With its massive production, varied arrangement, and incredible performances from the band, Judgment Day deserved a shot, and the band's wishes to be respected. What do you think? Heat is a band that proudly wears its glam and hard rock influences, and this is evident on their 2014 release, Tearing Down the Walls. With two singles, A Shot at Redemption and Mannequin Show, the album was considered by many as one of the best for the genre of that year. And even in a world where old school singles aren't really a thing anymore, there's definitely another song on there that deserved a solo release. And that song is Eye for an Eye.
Doesn't matter who you are, if you take a knife for an eye, you make the world go blind.
With its stuttering and jittery riff, a massively catchy chorus, and classic woes, this is a song that, in its own words, is hard to ignore. In another time, this song would have been top 10 and definitely deserved a shot at being a single in 2014. What do you think? Savage Garden's Affirmation was a massive album for the band, with no less than 7 singles being released from it. Count them. You've got the Animal song, the smash I Knew I Loved You, Affirmation, Crash and Burn, Chain to You, Hold Me, and The Best Thing. But was there one other song that might have been a better choice for a single? Absolutely, and it's called The Lover After Me. For my money, I would have released The Lover After Me instead of one of the last 3 singles. Why? Well, it's a bittersweet song of longing and regret, and Hayes embodies the heart of this song perfectly. This is an after the breakup song that just hits home, and it's my pick for another single. What do you think? With the label pushing for Six to record the Knickerbockers' Lies, it was clear that they thought that there was no single on Man of Miracles. And even though they rejected the awesome unfinished song in favour of Lies, was there another 1 or 2 singles that could have been released? I reckon so, and my vote goes to the excellent Christopher, Mr. Christopher. It's a great song with a beautiful arrangement, soaring harmonies, and quite a catchy melody. Look, it may not have been Lady, but it was worth a shot. Even Dennis DeYoung considers it one of his better tracks from that album. Ultimately, I think that Wood and Nickel missed a trick in dropping unfinished song. But Christopher, Mr. Christopher, and maybe even Rock and Roll Feeling deserved a shot. What do you think? How Do You Talk to an Angel was a legitimate smash hit by the television-created band. But their follow-up single, I'm Still By Your Side, failed as badly as the show itself, and was probably a poor choice to follow up their number 1 hit. So, was there a better choice? Well, that has to go to the amazing song, Children of the Night.
Say a prayer for the ones who care, for the children of the night.
Let's stick with James Waters on vocals and go with the big ballad. Plus, it had also been premiered on one of the episodes of the show, so there was already some exposure for the song. It also introduces Sean Thompson as a vocalist. It's a powerful song with truckloads of depth and passion. And for a TV show in need of another boost, Children of the Night may have just given it. But I guess we'll never know. What do you think? Stryper's Yellow and Black Attack is, in both of its versions, a cracker release from the band. Filled with raw power, metallic riffs, and incredible harmonies, they announced themselves with a roar. And even though it was originally a 6-track EP, there are definitely singles on there. My pick has to go to the brilliant You Know What to Do.
Does your life seem empty? You know what to do.
It's possibly the most commercial sounding track on the EP, but that doesn't stop it from rocking, and the chorus is supremely catchy. While Reason for the Season would get a belated single release in the reworked edition of the Yellow and Black Attack, the original EP deserved a single all of its own, and You Know What to Do was it. What do you think?